Hi, I'm Sandy with With Love Sandra D. Today we're going to work on a base page 12 by 12 layout that I made at a retreat by adding embellishments to it for my daughters, for my granddaughters 12 by 12 first year album. We're going to add small details. I'm going to be gluing and die cutting, and then hopefully you'll see the finished product by the end. Okay, here we are getting started. This is a base page that I made while I was on retreat. You can see this is a 6-inch wide piece. I think it's 6. I used to sketch, so 6-inch, you decide. Anyway, this is the Silly Goose paper pack from Carte. It's 12 by 12. It's very cute. Works great for this baby page. Baby girls. I got 2 baby girls and 1 baby boy. Anyway, we're going to stick these down to my mat with these temporary glue dots. Excuse me. I just finished my breakfast. We're going to stick these down to my mat so they don't move around. I should have used 4, decided don't need to use 2, and later on you'll see they do move around a little bit, but not too bad. So today we're going to get started here, and you'll have to pardon me that I've been gone so long because I'm trying some new software and it's not as easy to record as the previous software. So I've been learning it, and it's not super easy. So let's get started. Anyway, I consider this heart as my month marker, but then I decide I'm going to go find something else. And I knew I had these circles because I looked in my Color My Life app, and as you can see, I decided to put them in a smaller container so they would fit in my storage, which I will show you someday. Not today, but I decided to put them on these smaller magnet sheets, and it fit just fine. So I'm going to grab out this one. This is from Queen and Company, their Foundations 20 pack. And I find some cream paper that matches this Silly Goose paper, and I die cut it out. I didn't have to show you that. I've shown you a million times. Die cutting, super easy, super fun, one of my favorite things. But it is very pretty. You can see all the dots it took out. It's very pretty. I have some other circles too that I'm going to incorporate into this album when I finish more pages. This is page 7 of her album. Layout 7 months. I'm trying to work ahead a little bit. I've got plenty of pictures, so I'm not worried about that. I had this already cut out from the retreat out of this paper, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, so cute, so cute. So I decide to use that, and my bold numbers that I got from Scrapbook.com that you've seen me use on my numbers book for my granddaughter. And it's my favorite thing. It really is. So you can look at those numbers books. I have a video series of that as well on my channel that I can link in the information. I'm going to try to put a card up there too. I haven't done that yet. So I am learning all kinds of new YouTube things, but this software is a new one for me. I miss my little jingle. This is my Spellbinder Scout. It's still on sale on Amazon Prime just for a few more hours today. Today is the 26th of June of 26. So a few more hours. It's a cute little kit. This purple one's on sale. I saw it. So if you're looking for one. So we're going to find a good color for this number. And I'm going to use my scraps as always. So as promised, I'm going to show you my small scrap storage here. I'll show it again in another video all by itself, but here it is. This is a photo storage container that I got off of Amazon, recommended by Stacy Julian way back in the day. It has a cover, so I frequently set things on top of it and make a pile because I'm a piler. And I made these. It came with these dividers, but I put colors on them instead of letters or months or whatever it had on them. So it's very simple for me to find the color I need in a small size without digging in my big scrap storage, which is in a filing cabinet next to me, which I am also going to refurb, because 12 by 12 paper in a normal filing cabinet with normal paper hangers, not fantastic. So I saw this woman had this filing cabinet and she had those paper takers in it that, from back in the day. And I'm like, that's genius. I could totally do that. And they do that at the place. They store paper scraps in them at the place I volunteer. So I'm going to show that to you later. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this beautiful rainbow of lovely small scraps that occasionally gets mixed up and I have to put them away. But it's super easy to put things away. That I don't have small scraps on my desk very often because this is just so simple. So I highly recommend doing something very similar to this. I don't know if you can find this container on Amazon anymore. So we're going to cut out our number with our Spellbinder Scout. Still haven't changed that magic mat. Still hanging in there. I might clean it. I don't know. I have grandkids this weekend, so maybe not. So as you can see, still cuts beautifully. Outline cut, everything cut. These are just great dies. Fantastic dies. And they were back in stock for a minute. I don't know if they're still there. But they have sales quite frequently, so make sure you check the coupons on scrapbook.com for those. And it matches nicely with this green background paper. So I'm going to glue. And I'm trying to decide where it goes. I had to get up and look and see where the last one was before I decide where to put it. This is Cartebella's little Goose, but I want her to have a hat. So I pull out my Marianne Designs little ducks because I knew they had a hat. And I'm going to try to use that hat on this Goose. She has a bonnet on the Cartebella die, but I want her to have a hat like matches the paper. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm kind of having issues getting this video big enough, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll figure it out, but so far I haven't figured it out, so I apologize if you can't see what's going on here. But Google Cartebella Silly Goose paper. Super cute. You can see all the little geese on it. And she's a goose, but the others are ducks, so I'm going to borrow the hat. So I have to cut out this die. I was going to use it while I was at retreat, but I'd forgotten my snips. So I'm going to show you my cool little bead snips that someone recommended to me. And I'm going to cut off these. They work very great, and they're magnetic. So those little pieces generally don't fly all over the place. Once in a while. But for the most part, I just pull them off and make a pile. You'll see me, I just pull it off, make a pile, and get it done that way. Put them in the trash after I finish cutting all these dies. It does say on there, wear safety goggles. I wear glasses, so I figure, close enough, right? Do not do as I do as I say. Wear your safety goggles if you're snipping. I'm not responsible for you hitting yourself in the eyeball with a piece of a die, a support piece. And I use these to cut off the little ones that stick out still. I've heard you can use a Dremel. I don't keep a Dremel up here in my craft room. I have one. It was my dad's. And I just haven't ever brought it up here because I just don't do this that often. And it's fine with me. I haven't bled or anything. So I just get as close as I can and snip them off. And as you'll see here, I already got the wing out. So now I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. And I've been considering putting a small trash can on my desk. I have a pop-up one. It's kind of big, so you can get a smaller one on Amazon. And I thought, oh, that would be nice. So, because my trash can's kind of behind me. It used to be under my desk, but it was in the way of my legs. There's not much room under this desk right now. However, I am in the midst of a small reorganization. My church family, because I volunteer at church every week and other times, gave me a gift card, and I haven't yet used it. So for Prime Days, I waited for the sale on a standing desk. It's a slightly wider format than this desk that I currently use from IKEA. So I'm thinking about making myself a U shape because I am a I'm a piler. I just told you. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to cut out this goose, and I'll go on here for a little bit about my remodel because, you know, cutting takes a minute. This is a long video for me. It's almost an hour long. So feel free to zoom through it. I won't hold it against you. It does count against my hours. So if you want to just let me ramble on here, that'd be good too. Thanks so much. Anyway, so I just need a space for my die cutting, little die cutting guy. I mean, I have a space. It sits on top of that small scrap storage that I just showed you on my desk to my left. But now that I have, so you can see on the left, there's a little block showing. That's because my light for filming is over my desk. It's a nail tech light, and it has different light settings, brightnesses, different kinds of light. It's very nice. I can link it also on Amazon. I really enjoy it. You can kind of see the glare once in a while, but it doesn't glare on paper and it doesn't glare on these mats, just on shiny things like packaging and stuff like that. So I'm going to finish cutting out her little long legs here with some orange that I also find in my scraps. It's going to match her beak. And isn't she cute? She's the cutest thing. I had to have her. I mean, I had to, right? Right? My daughter kind of is going with a storybook theme, so Goose, like Mother Goose, kind of is going that way. And goodness, I have so much to do for these babies. It's insanity. And here it is already going to be July, middle of the year. So got to get moving here. So I'm trying to work a little bit ahead in this album. And now there's another baby, and I am working on his album. You may have seen it. I got it started. I haven't shown you the first couple of layouts that I did for his yet. I really like them, and I love this paper pack that I used, and I will show it to you. I will make the next month's layout with it, and I will share the first layout with you. I made it at retreat, so I didn't film there. I was just having such a relaxing time that I felt like I could film, but I just was relaxing. You know how that goes? Sometimes you just got to take a break. So I took a little, 2-week break? Yeah, just busy. Stuff going on at church and stuff going on with family and just a busy life. It's a busy life. So I'm going to try to keep my schedule Monday, Friday. I was going to add Wednesday because I was having a lull there. And, I'm showing you the Pokey Tool again that I love from Scrapbook.com. $8. How can you lose with $8? It's just handy because it has the wax tip on one side, Pokey Tool on the other. It's got covers. You can replace the wax if something happens. I have broken one before, and I have also bent the tip because I am hard on this tool. I use it all the time. All the time. It's my favorite. I don't lose it because it's longer. It sticks out of my pen holder. I have several. I have one at my desk and one in my travel case because it's just a really great tool. I just really like it. And so I highly recommend it. And I will also put it it'll be in my info down there with my normally used tools or frequently used tools or standard tools, whatever I said. And so now we're going to get going on, I have to cut out her eye, and it's a little eyelash. It's adorable. I could not do it. But it's also on this die because it would be so little with the accents to the bonnet that she has on this die set. So I have to cut them together, which I really appreciate. Thank you, Carte, because while I was at retreat, I have this set of dies where the eyeball is separate. It's the tiniest little die, and it just flew off and I'm like, it's an eyeball. I don't care. I have plenty of other round hole dies if I need them, or a punch or whatever. And I was like, how can I possibly? I looked, but I was like, yeah, I don't know where that flew off to. So it got swept up in the cleanup after, I'm sure. But that was a really fun time, and I don't regret going, and I don't regret not filming, and I don't regret starting this layout without you. This whole layout is Carte, Silly Goose. The stripe is that. I think it's on the other side of this goose paper. And I just added a little tiny stripe of pink between them to give it some separation. It just needed something. And that's going to be my accent color. Just those greens, that cream, pink. It's just a cute, cute set. And I will be using more of it later. I have scraps, and their paper is, high quality, thick paper. So it's going to last. And I will show you this layout eventually with the photos on it. But for now, we're just going to go on without it. I will do a flip through of this whole book, and I'll just dot out her face, and so as not to offend her mother and father. So now we're going to make the hat and hope it fits. We're making the hat from Marianne Designs Duck Family Dies. I got them on Amazon. I don't know if they're still available. Since they come from another country, it's not as readily available. But sometimes I find them on other websites. Like there was Frantic Scrapper went out of business, but she still had some things in stock. And so I still shop her. She's still going through things, and things are getting sold, and she's running out of things. And I just kind of keep an eye on her every now and then and find something. I always search first to see where I can get it. And so I put the die on there to see, will this work? And it was like, well, it might work. We're going to give it a shot. Got to find a piece of like neutral, crafty colored brown paper for her little straw hat. And I think I go with a pink bow. I do. And these dies are really great too. They're always pink, and they cut very nicely. I've never had a problem with them. And I will be using them again for another counting book. And I'm going to do a color book, I think, because my oldest granddaughter knows her colors, but my little ones will be learning them. And I found a cute little 6x6 album, and I need to get some pages for it because I don't think I have any. It's been a long time since I did a 6x6. So I'll have to find those and get those ordered. So I'm comparing pinks and what's going to look cute and what's not. I found the craft paper. This is a lot of talking, people. And what you don't know is I'm kind of a quiet person, depending on who I'm talking to. I don't do much talking during the day. I say hello to the dogs and my husband and stuff like that, but I am not a big talker. I'm a listener, and not that I don't like talking to people, but I'm just a quiet person. And you know what? I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and damn it, people like me. Name that series, show, whatever. So let's die cut these guys and get this show on the road with the hat. I can't wait for you to see her all glued together. She's just the cutest thing. Mother Goose. I think she's called Silly Goose, but I'm going to call her Mother Goose because how cute is she? Okay, hold please. Time for a little drink while you watch me take these dies out of their cutting space. Like I said, this is a lot of talking, and I'm only 20 minutes in. I might zoom through this for y'all because I don't know, you could just let it run. It would be nice if I had an hour's worth of watch time every now and then. I won't be offended if you just let it run. You could even mute it. I wouldn't even care. Just let it run. Just let it run. That helps. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm doing something. Oh, pokey tool. I was looking for my pokey tool so I can see if it'll fit. And look at that. It looks okay. I think if I tilt it back far enough, it's going to be fine. And I decided to cut the little kerchief part out that ties under her chin too, to see if that looked good. Because in the in the paper, there's one wearing a hat and there's one wearing a kerchief. And I thought, oh, the hat has like a little ribbon to keep it tied to her head. And I was like, oh, if I can, simulate that, that would be really cute. So I'm straightening these things all up. As you can see, that one paper has moved. That one base page has moved. I'll straighten it up later. You'll see me. And I'm going to get my Misty Precision Glue Press out. Handy dandy thing. And in the past, I just glued this wing on. But I think it would look good if I popped it up. But it also has a lining. Oh, how can I say? That outline has an outline. Like the numbers do. You can see it on the 7. And so I need to attach that outline of the wing to the wing so that it doesn't come off for some reason, things happen. So I decided I'm going to glue some of the same paper, same cardstock to the back to keep it stable. And then I'm going to pop it up. So I just cut little pieces off, and you'll see me glue them on here in just a moment. They have to be small, they have to be curved. So I'm just using scraps. I am the big scrap person. Gosh, I like using scraps. It's just my thing. I had a lady that I was just scrapbooking with yesterday at my volunteer position, and she was trying to help the organization use up its 6x6 pads. There's so many 6x6 pads. I think that's a great goal. Like, we should have 6x6 Thursday there. Oh, excuse me. And let me have a drink. Sorry. Please hold. And I'm going to encourage that next Thursday. We have so many people out right now because summer is so busy. And we've fulfilled so many of our online orders and mailed them out that we're kind of caught up. There's not too many albums to do right now. We're doing some local folks that passed away that are high profile. And so we have a couple of those and some local albums for people that we know. So those are always special. And, we read the information given by the family to us to make them personal. So sometimes we know a lot, sometimes we know very little, but we really do make them personal, and we do care about each and every album. So if you're looking for a place to donate supplies, Handy Hands Reflections of Life, you can Google it. We're in the Boise, Idaho area, and we take album requests online also. I will have to look up their website, but what a wonderful bunch of ladies. Jackie is the founder, and she is a wonderful lady as well. And we just all love and support her and try to do our best work and make beautiful things for people that are sad and missing their loved ones. So here I am putting on the ribbon. And hey, zoom in, kids. Gosh, I got to figure this out, don't I? It's just the tiniest little thing. And there's when I fixed the glue dots. And it's the tiniest little ribbon for her hat. And I've put on the wing and I'm fixing the hat. And I decide that it's probably wise to put her eyelashes, it's an eyelash, which is so adorable. Her eyes closed. It's cute. And it's probably wise to put that on at the very end after I position the hat and the ribbon to tie it to her head. So there's the beak going on. I have to trim off a little piece of the main die because it shows a tiny bit. And it's not perfect. It's paper crafting. This is a place of perfectly imperfect. Not everybody is so critical of their crafting. Maybe you are. I am not. I'm like, I do my best, and that's, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And that's just kind of my go-to. Perfectly imperfect, and you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Do your best, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's about the memories. It's about the memories and special things, and enjoying what you enjoy. I like paper, and I like fabric. Those are my things. So I'm not a cook. I married a cook. It seems kind of perfect, doesn't it? He could have been a chef. He really could have. And I just reap the benefits of that in terms of calories. So, but I am working on getting all my protein in. As I age, it's getting harder and harder. So I'm drinking a protein shake and have to make sure I have my electrolytes or I get cramps, and drinking enough water. But gosh, it seems like a lot of food. I'm just really not hungry like I used to be. So I know it's my medication, but it's, yeah. Got issues, kids. Got issues. So let's glue this on. And see, there's the ribbon. And I tested it first, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be good. It looks like it belongs. So thank you, Marianne Designs. Thank you, Carte, for this really cute goose. And how well she's going to work with this paper. It is Carte paper, so it makes sense that it goes with it. She's just the cutest. She's so sweet. So here I'm using my tweezers, and I'm going to put on the eye. Her eyelashes. She has false eyelashes like me. We are kindred spirits. However, right now, she has no legs. So that could be a problem. I could make her swimming sometime. Wouldn't that be cute too? Oh, maybe I'll do that in the other baby's book. I got something on her, so I'm picking it off with my pickup square. Maybe some glue. Love this thing. Although the other day I found one, and I had to throw it away because it was making, I don't know what brand it was. It wasn't the same shape as mine. And, oh, there I am trimming off that paper. That's showing under her beak. And it made a white residue on the paper, like almost like a white pencil. And I was like, I am throwing this away. Nobody wants this on their paper. So now I am going to pop up and stick on this wing. It just makes the subtlest difference to pop it up. Just gives it a little bit more texture. Just, it's so nice. It's nice. So this paper, like I said, is just scrap. But I did want to remind people that are, oh, now we're going to glue on her legs. See, I have like scrapbooking ADHD whenever I don't know if I do that or not, but when I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, I wanted to remind those who have Cricut access that you get that $10 off of product a quarter just using their code. And I had forgotten all about it. So I ordered some, just their neutrals cardstock pack. And with shipping, I paid $1.46 out the door. Maybe $1.72. Now I can't remember. But I was like, dang, that's a bunch of paper for that price. That's a good perk. Oh, I'm looking at the packaging because I want her legs the same as the packaging. Because she's not in water and not swimming. But I might make her swimming the next time. That would be really cute. Did I say that already? I probably did. I often repeat myself. So just ignore it and move on. Yeah. Okay. Isn't she the cutest? She is the cutest and adorable. She's just adorable. Looks just like that one. The picture is smaller. The packaging one's smaller. So let's clean up a tiny bit here and get started on some more of this embellishing a base page. I haven't printed these pictures because the baby is not 7 months old yet. So I don't know where the pictures will be placed, But I'm not worried about it any longer because I am a big proponent of peekaboo pockets or flip-flops, whatever you want to call them, flip-flops. They are like genius, in my opinion. So, because you can just add so many different sizes of photos. You can add a whole 6x12 sheet of photos down in the middle. It's great. You don't have to have a separate page, which is what I've done in the past, which I'm not opposed to doing that still. But you could just add so many, and you can, oh yeah, see that was sticky in the packaging, so I'm using that anti-static tool to get rid of that sticky so they slide in and out of this bag a little bit better. I need to share my storage with you. I used to use these bags, but I kind of like these ones that are a little tougher that I get from Amazon that come with a magnetic sheet that is a little stronger, because you really don't want your little pieces flying out of here, and it's an envelope instead of just a baggie. So these are just a baggie. This is my old system, which is fine. I'm not going to change over everything into that other system. That's just not cost effective. So sometimes I care, sometimes I don't. I decide on this placement, looking at the album during that little segue there. I went and looked, and I'm like, oh yeah. So we're going to stack it up and move it out of the way to work on, oh, look I'm back. Magic, TV magic. I decide to do an oval behind this Goose because she's getting lost a little bit on that page. And I decide on the green because she's already got pink, but that it didn't cut through quite well. This paper is a scrap also, and it's older, and I can't remember what kind it is. It has a white core, could be close to my heart. It just didn't cut through that, and that's a Spellbinders die, and they usually cut really well. And it might have been too close to the top of my plates. So, but it's okay because I'm going to cover it up with her head, so not a problem. And see, you got this circle on the right with the 7-2 also has a one of the scallops on that pink part is flat because it was cut off the edge of the paper. And so, but it's okay because I am also going to cover that up. You won't notice it, and it'll be fine. So let's do some, I moved my pens out of the way. I don't know why. I'm going to get ready to glue here. I do believe, I didn't do any inking on this one. I do on the another layout that I did. I actually added some bears to one of her layouts, and I did ink those. And it's a Carte bear too. It's very cute. And I will show you the whole book, when I get it completed. As you can see, I'm up to month 7, so just 5 more to go. And then I usually add in special holidays and things like that. So my kids are not taking pictures like they normally do, or at least I don't have them. I could probably ask for them, and they might have some. We'll see. Father's Day, Mother's Day. That would be nice. So now we're going to complete this number 7 month circle and glue the 2 circles together. I'm trying to charge my watch here while I voice over this video. So let's use my Barely Art glue. I know that looks like Nuvo glue. It's not. I filled that bottle with Barely Art because that's my go-to glue. I like the dry time. I like how liquid it is. I'm not opposed to Nuvo, but I just like this one better. And I do have some Nuvo that I'm going to donate if I can find it. So, because, yeah, this is my go-to glue. So, okay, we're about halfway through this video in case you're still considering keeping watch. And like I said, feel free to zoom. It's okay. Watch me on 2x. It's good. You can kind of hear what I'm saying. I'm not a super fast talker, I don't think. Although I'm originally a California native where they talk really fast, I have lived in Idaho for 30 years. So things have slowed down in my life. Everything. Okay, so you can see I'm like, okay, if I put it over here, that flat piece on the scallop will not matter. Will not matter. But I'm trying to position the 7 based on what else I'm going to put on this. It needs, things. It needs things. Okay, now we're going to put this away. I think I got my video out of order. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Anything could happen. So now we're going to cut some things on my Cricut Joy. And you get to see my little figurines. I love Animal Crossing, and those are from Animal Crossing. I don't get to play very often. But now we're going to cut the word months. I did have screen footage of me making the word, but it's prepared in Cricut Access, so you really don't need me. But we're going to cut these out super quick out of some cream and some pink, I think, right? So I spared you the noise of cutting this out. All right, so we're going to zoom through this really quick, and you can see this cuts beautifully. Both of these scraps of paper were just in my stash, the same colors. I keep all my scraps together from this kit because it's a very specific pink. And I mean, you could use other pinks, but it's nice that it matches. So, might as well go with it. I've got the extra paper. So I try to keep it all together because I am working with kits, not kits, packs of paper that go together because I think it looks cohesive in this themed album. So you can see it cut lovely here on my dirty mat, and I'm just using my Silhouette America spatula that I also adore. It's not pliable. It's a stiff spatula, but I love it, and I can just work it through these fine cuts of the word months. And it comes up beautifully. And another trick is to mirror this design because then there's no lip from the cut on the other side. And I forget to do it often, and it doesn't look bad at all, but it looks cleaner if you mirror it on some paper. And I think that's a secret that's not normally shared. I haven't seen it, but I have noticed it. And I'm also not watching 8 million cutting videos either. So we're going to put these together on this little mat. And this is just a glue mat that a friend gave me. We cut it apart because you don't need a huge one. You just need this little piece. I work in tiny things. Lots and lots of tiny things. Tiny babies, tiny pieces of paper, tiny embellishments, and yeah. So you know what I did forget to put on this layout, and I'll probably do it when I put the pictures on, is I love enamel dots. Hearts, stars, just plain dots. The matte ones are my favorite, which are getting harder and harder to find. So sad. Eyelet Outlet is going out of business. So I bought as many as they had there of the black ones because I like those a lot. I really love the brown ones too. And I found them somewhere else, but they were much more expensive. And I'm like, oh, that's just breaking my heart. So if anyone out there has connections to anyone in this industry, matte dots, matte. So as you can see, I'm using the needle nose for this glue, and it's also fantastic. And I never put my glue pin in when it's in the Misty glue press because there's a stopper at the bottom. But in my travel kit, I put the pin in almost every time, unless I'm somewhere really warm, because then it doesn't ever solidify. And but yeah, it's just a stainless steel pen. And newsflash, you can buy extra stainless steel pens. I hear people saying, oh, I always lose my pen. And I am a chronic pen loser, but I have extras because I'm a chronic pen loser. just how it is, just how I roll. So I even tried putting a magnet on the side of my bottle, but it wasn't strong enough, so it would fall off. My friend pins them to her clothing, and I'm like, you know what I would do? I would end up going home with a pin in my clothing. So anyway, that looks pretty cute like that, I think. And I pop it up over the number, or next to the number, and I'm looking for this. Oh, these are those Tailored Expressions coins. They have a bunch of them. They have the cutest little detail to them, and the heart cuts out so you can put a different color heart in there, and that's what I do here. So they come, there's a star, there's an apple, there's a cupcake. They're so cute. They're adorable. And this heart one, I just keep it in my most used stuff all the time. And now I have a whole pack of coins, and they're just adorable. So I'm excited about those as well. I will try to do my best to remember to link those for you. And I think they're like $5. So cute. So we're going to cut those again and get those glued down. Isn't this the handiest die cutter? Here it is, right here on my desk, ready to go. I don't have to go anywhere. And as long as the dies are small enough, it's fabulous. It's just great. And I appreciate those girls who bring their big ones when we go to retreat, but I always bring my small one. Sometimes that backfires on me, but usually there's someone who brought their big one. So, and our hostess has been so kind to bring hers up and just put it on a table for everyone to use. And I did use it. So, to cut circles and other things. So, most of my dies are very small, but these base dies, circles and rectangles, and to add that extra detail, yeah, they're larger, and some of them are too large. This is only like a 4.5 inch base, and so it has to be in. My circles usually fit through, but every once in a while something doesn't fit through, or I have to, turn it just right, and then it'll go through. But great cutter. Spellbinders, great job. You're just a high quality company. So I appreciate your tools. And Scrapbook.com too, their tools. Tailored Expressions, their tools. Creative Memories, your tools. There's just some great companies still hanging in there and letting us do our thing. And I so appreciate that, because I like making things, don't you? Isn't that why you're here? I like making things. So we're going to cut out this little coin out of a piece I trimmed off of that big piece because I'm trying to use it all up. I don't keep the super itty bitty pieces, but I will keep something that I think I can cut a flower or a heart out of. And I have a box, like a divided box I got at Joann's back in the day. I don't know what it was really for, jewelry making maybe. Anyway, it's about a 12 by or a 10 by 6 box with dividers, and sometimes I just sit and cut flowers because flowers go on everything, right? Or stars. Now that there's more men in my life, there were no men forever, and now we have 2 sons by another mother, son-in-laws, and a little baby boy. So my husband, I think he's enjoying it. He has men to talk to. It's fabulous. Because us girls, we just don't get it. We don't get it. So we always had boy dogs too. We still have boy dogs. Our poor doggies. They're just getting so old. So let's glue on. I started to think, I'm going to glue on the outline, but I changed my mind because I can move the outline around the base number, the number base, and that works better because if I wiggle that outline too much with the glue, it won't fit the number. So I'm popping up the word months and trying to use up some of my scraps that I've stuck to my light here. Scraps of foam tape. Gosh, I love foam tape too. Foam tape's one of my favorite things. I have so much of it. And I even have some black that I will be using on my darker colored layouts. And these scissors, these are like Tim Holtz, the smaller ones, and it doesn't stick to those as bad as my others. My Cutter Bees, which I really like, but it just doesn't stick as bad to those. So I switch to these when I'm cutting foam. Great scissors. Great scissors. And I think I have a pair for a friend who had a birthday recently. And I think these were originally hers, and then I ordered another pair because they were so good. I had to try them, right? I did. I just had to try them. So they're really great, and I highly recommend those too. And the Creative Memory scissors that have been around forever, you remember the blue handles ones that everybody got? And now there was a Christmas set, and I'm like, oh, I need Christmas scissors. I'm going to be filming videos. What is that? Christmas scissors? Christmas scissors. Really? Yeah, well, $5 a pair. Yes, I have a green and I have a red. I think they have different purposes and different blades, but crazy. So let's peel these off of here and stick it on this circle, getting ready for our little month emblem. And do I have nails on here, or did I take them off? I got frustrated with them and I took them off. But they're back on now, and I don't know, I just kind of feel dressed up with them on. And my daughter's a lash artist, and I feel the same way about lashes. I feel like, oh, I'm just a little bit dressed up. So, whatever you got to do. Oh, here's where I make that decision. Oh, no, don't glue that down first. Stop, past me. Stop. But at least I can make the plan here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, don't do that. There you go. Good job, me. Put this down first. So there's my reverse tweezers. If you haven't tried reverse tweezers, God, they're the best, I'm telling you. They hold things together when you need them to be held, and you're going to do other things, like you're gluing two things together. You can just snap those on there and it will hold them. And yeah, they're just good. You don't have to, you don't have to press them closed. They do it themselves. It's fabulous. They're old news to many people, but I have so many pairs. And I don't care what brand you get, they're all good. And I do clean them off now and then with just alcohol. I have alcohol wipes in my craft room and in my bag. And I also have a spray bottle of alcohol that sits on my desk because I use it all the time. I use it for doing my nails. I use it all over. And did you know that you can order cotton pads that have no lint? So handy for doing your nails. I have so many. I need to share them with my daughters because they're great. But I do need regular cotton balls. Maybe I'll go get those at the Dollar Tree because they wanted $3.24 for those on Amazon. And I'm like, I can get a bag of those for $1.25. And I need them to clean out my wax warmer, which is also another trick. In case you don't know, put those on top of your melted wax and they suck it right up. I mean, it's not the cleanest wax warmer afterwards. I could scrub it a little, but I didn't. I just put another set of wax melts in there. And I was inspired by some lady who does it a different scent every day. And I'm like, oh, that would help use them up. But I'm going to let this go for 2 days. It's kind of a strong scent, and I like it on the second day much better. But yesterday, I went to the movies with my mother-in-law, and I could smell that I touched a wax warmer when I was eating popcorn. I was like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, it's my wax warmer hand. Oops. So it sticks around. So look how cute that is. Look at it. I just put that coin on there, and I filled it in with the cream-colored heart, and it's great. It's great. So I am cleaning up a smidge, and I think I trim off my scraps here. Maybe I don't. No, I didn't, because guess what? They're still laying right here next to me. So yeah, I'm really good at putting them away though, really. But I was just in a hurry. I had so many things to do this day, and I wanted to get this video up. And as you can see, it still didn't happen because I couldn't get the voiceover done. So, oh, there it came off again. So you really need 4 each corner of those temporary glue dots. Don't use the permanent, use the temporary so you don't rip your paper. So now we're going to glue, I made another coin, and we're going to glue this goosey on this oval, because that just gives her something. Something. I'm trying to decide where I like her. So I think I like her there. Because see, you want your animal or whatever, or your person, to look into the page. So that's why I couldn't put her on the right side. She needs to go on the left side, because you want your eye drawn across the page with your pictures as much as possible. Sometimes it just can't happen. Your animals, your pictures, your arrows, the faces in your pictures, not your pictures, because a picture of a house, it's not any direction. But this goose looks to the right, so she has to go on the left, which is great. I mean, she's so cute, and that's just a nice design principle for you there, in case you didn't know that kind of thing. I learned it late. I've been scrapbooking since 1995. I think one of my friends from Dispatch introduced me to Creative Memories, and oh wow, I should share some of that stuff with you. Ooh, doggy. I have it out here in my scrap room hallway because I just don't know what to do with this book. But it was fun then, but I didn't have any children, and I didn't have a husband, and I had just some pictures I'd taken of my early life and family, and I tried to scrapbook some of those, and some of them are so very awful. Oh my goodness. To where I'm like, I can't leave it. I can't leave it like that. I love those people, and I want to see their faces. And, yeah, no. You remember how you used to trace things on a light table with a pen, like you got a book, and it had the cutest, very cute art. Whoever drew that. Super cute, but no. So those will be getting a redo. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. I was just winging it, and I'd never taken any classes or anything. And now, when you know better, you do better. So I'm doing better. I'm not perfect. I'm no expert by any means, but I've just been doing it a long time. So let's pop this oval up and this circle up, because it needs just a little something. I am not going to take the backing off and place them until the photos are printed. And like I said, she's not 7 months old yet. So, but we're ready. That's what's nice. Pre-prepped. And I like working ahead, and this is a simple way to do it. So let's just get this show on the road, don't you think? And now, like I said, I have another baby to do. So, and summer is a busy time. I used to think that once May came, and all that school stuff was done, all the concerts and the plays and the graduations and the blah, blah, and then kids, they went to camp or they went out to play with friends. I didn't think it wasn't as busy, but now with grandchildren, I am equally as busy. When my kids were like college aged, I didn't see them as much. They were with their friends, and that was cool and all that. But now I see my friends a lot, and because I volunteer with many of them, very like-minded people. And so I work it into my day. But, you still got to keep your house, and you got to keep your house and keep your husband going to work. He needs clothes. I don't know why. Anyway, so here we are just getting this done, and this video is almost to a close. And as you could see, it took me a little bit, but I guess a pre-made page, that probably took me 30 minutes, and these embellishments took me an hour. with filming. So that's not too bad. A 2-hour pre-prepped layout. It's super satisfying, and I do really like this kind of embellishments. Excuse me, goodness. I ate breakfast before I started filming, so pardon me. Yeah, I'm just filling in the spaces because I don't want anything to sag. So we're just getting that done, and we're going to show you what it looks like here at the end. And like I said, again, there's no pictures on this page, but I will show you the entire book when it's done. And I have 5 more layouts to go. And look at that. See, doesn't that just add something, that little pop? It's fabulous. I had such a good time making this layout. And I will link to all the things that I can remember using here, mostly the paper and stuff. The other stuff's in my standard tools list. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day. Bye.